Okay, guys, the governor spring that I put the zip tie in, I had a comment about how I did that. But basically, you have your linkage right here that moves the governor arm in, which gives you the throttle. But when you hit a certain RPM, basically that governor pulls back on that to give you less throttle. So putting a zip tie in there, it locks it in, so then it can't move. Problem with that is you can over-rev it, and I actually did it that day with this motor. You'll hear it. It'll sound like a loud buzzing or a type sound. Basically, it's a nylon gear in there, and the RPMs are just too high. Now I was gonna swap to the other motor just to get rid of it and everything else. But more I thought about it, I like having a governor for her when she's riding it, so she doesn't have to pay attention to the RPMs. So what I end up doing is there's a spring right here that runs over, and then I added a second spring right here. And basically what happened is now instead of it, I think it was only revving out to like 3,000 RPM or something like that. Now it revs out to about 5,200 RPM. And to me, I've never had any problems being around that RPM. But I know if you start pushing it close to 6,000 RPMs, they may blow. I'm not even sure what this engine can actually hold and rev out to, but most engines you hit 6,000. If you don't have any internal parts into it, you look into having some issues. So for right now, it's revving out to 51. It will do 25, 26 miles an hour now. Now, what I'm gonna attempt to do, I have two options. I got the front piece, but this is a 17 tooth clutch. So I could swap out this clutch here and bump it up to the 17 tooth. I think it might be over geared at that point, but I figured it's not that hard. It doesn't take that long to try it. So I'm gonna give it a shot. If not, I do have a 44 tooth rear sprocket, and I'll swap that 52 out with the 44. And then I think that's going to more work, but I just was curious what it would do with the 17 tooth on it. And this is one of the clutches I had hanging on the wall. So we're going to be swapping that out. So I'm not going to be swapping the motor out because, like I said, I'd rather her have a governor. So it's more rideable because I don't want her to, all of a sudden she over-revs it blows the engine or anything like that. So it's just kind of safety, I guess you want to say. But basically, yeah, that's all it is when they zip tie the governor, is they run a zip tie through that spring. So basically the spring can't open up, and that holds that arm. So this is a better way if you're not going to get rid of the governor. It's just put tighter spring in. The more tension you put on the spring, the more RPM you're going to get. So I hope this helps. Thank you for watching.